Favorite pick of the weekend revolves around the Packers and the Texans. Texans are plus 3.5 at home. The over-under is 57, and I am going under. Now, that's not going to be a popular pick with the public, as everyone sees Aaron Rodgers against the Texans defense and probably says he's going to put up about 40. Texans could probably muster out 20, right? I don't think so. And here's why. I'm taking this under because of the Packers defense, which I think will stifle Deshaun Watson. I don't think that the Texans are going to be able to put up more than 20, 21 on maybe a max. They get 3 touchdowns. And I think that Aaron Rodgers has a nice rebound game after last week. I think the Packers cover the spread easily, so I'll take the minus 3.5 as well. But I think that this one stays under when Aaron Rodgers and company have a nice 17-point lead in the fourth quarter and kind of take the pedal off the gas a little bit, hand the ball off to A.J. Dillon, or whoever, or Jamal Williams, or whoever else it is. I think this one stays under. I think it barely stays under, but I do think it stays under.
Okay. First one is going to be a complete public homer piece of crap bet.
You got Buffalo, don't you?
I do not.
Oh.
I have the Pats with the 1.5.
Okay.
And the reason being, I know they looked like garbage last week at home against Denver. I understand that they couldn't move the ball. I just can't see that happening 2 weeks in a row, scheme-wise. I think something's going to have to change within that offense, and I think Belichick and McDaniels both know it after they went out there and basically tried to run the ball up the middle for 4 quarters and couldn't do it against a
decent Denver defense. I hyped them up a lot at the beginning of the year. I had to reel it on back a little bit.
That's the negative there. The plus for me was that they did not allow a touchdown to Denver last weekend. Didn't allow a touchdown.
Red zone defense still unbelievable.
Red zone defense unbelievable. I think people are looking past the fact that San Francisco has been bad this year in terms of Jimmy G was lost and they had a lot of injuries, so people kind of looked over the fact that they were a not so great football team. And I think that the win over the Rams this past weekend has a lot to do with that. But I see huge losses to Miami, a loss to Philly. There are only 2 games. There are other 2 wins coming against New York and New York. I just think that San Francisco is a joke right now. I think that they are getting way too many points against the Patriots team, who's at home looking for a rebound. And as our good friend Gus likes to say, good teams don't lose 2 in a row at home.
Sure. Pats are not losing, I agree. I like the Pats as well, minus 1.5. I think that's way too little. The Pats are a way better team than San Francisco, and they're going to cover this easily, which probably means San Francisco's going to cover.
Probably, which means we're going to be crying in our rooms after the Patriots lose 2 straight. They're going to be 2-4 at the bottom of the division, but that's going
to be it for us.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like the Panthers plus 7.5 over the Saints. The Saints are at home, but I don't think that they're 7.5 points better than really anybody right now. They've looked rough to start the year. They've squeaked out a couple wins, barely beat Justin Herbert and company at home last week. I think Teddy Bridgewater comes in with Mike Davis still rolling. I know he had a tough week last week, but he's looked good. DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson on the outside have looked really good. This Panthers offense had a tough week last week against Chicago, but I think they rebound against the Saints defense that hasn't been as good as we thought it would this year. And I think that they can stay within 7 points. Worst case, you get a little garbage time touchdown from Teddy Bridgewater, cutting the lead from 14 to 7, and the Saints and the Panthers kind of squeak out a cover. I like the Panthers here plus 7.5. It's another safe pick for me.
Perfect. I'm going to say for me here, my next one is going to be also a little bit controversial just because they're so bad. But I'm just loving these -1/pick'em bad team games. Give me Atlanta rolling on after their game last weekend. Raheem Morris comes in, gets them a big win, albeit against Minnesota, but a road win.
Who's so bad? Can we just talk? How are they so bad?
A road win against the division opponent. No, not division. I'm sorry.
Close enough.
Sorry. 17 points.
A significant win.
Like on the road. I'm sorry, but if you're 0-5, you're going in there with 0 confidence.
No, new head coach? Nah, I agree with that.
0 confidence. And you come out with a 17-point win. I like them a lot this week against the Detroit team, who has really proved me nothing by beating Arizona and Jacksonville in very close games. Jacksonville wasn't as close this past weekend, but anytime they've played really a high-caliber offense in New Orleans, Green Bay, and I could even make an argument to say that Chicago's offense this year has been
don't do that.
decent.
Do you think Chicago's real or fake?
I think Chicago's very real.
I don't like Chicago.
They're winning the division.
No, they're not. Right now they are, but they're not going to.
The only problem
Is Green
Chicago.
Bay.
That's what I was just going to say. The only problem Chicago is going to have in that division, if Green Bay is not in that division, Chicago's running away with it.
But they are. And for
I
that reason, the Packers are going to win the division.
Love Chicago.
No. With that being said, my next pick this week, Chicago +6 against the Rams. The Rams are hosting.
Fake. Talk about fake.
Yeah. Oh, the Rams. The Rams are good, not great, in my opinion. And they are 6-point favorites over Chicago. I don't know if we remember, but last year Jared Goff went into Chicago and got -3 fantasy points for my fantasy team.
He remembers.
-3 fantasy points
He
for my
remembers.
fantasy team.
He remembers.
Because Khalil Mack would not leave him alone all night. He was picked off at least twice, maybe 3 times. Granted, that game was in Chicago and not Southern California, but I still like Chicago. I think they're 6-point underdogs. I think that's a little bit of disrespect. Do the Rams still win? Maybe, possibly, probably even, but I don't think they cover the 6. Give me Chicago.
Perfect. I have. So my next pick is going to be the opposite of what you thought I was going to say earlier. Not the Buffalo Bills.
The Jets. The Jets.
But the New York Jets. I have it right now at +13.5, the -130. But I will be buying.
I got 12.
I got the 13.5, and I would for sure 1,000% be buying the 14.
Wow.
Okay.
You're gonna bet on the 0-6 Jets.
Listen, they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
They are, I believe, 0-6 ATS.
Yeah, and straight up.
And straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Time's going to have to come. They get Sam Darnold back this week.
Uh-huh.
They get some sort of anything rolling at home against Buffalo in their covering.
What do you mean some sort of anything? Because Buffalo's putting up 30.
If they score more than what they've been scoring, which is about
0.
10 or
Okay.
0, if they score any more than that
If
whatsoever,
Buffalo
they're
puts up
covering the
30,
spread.
If Buffalo puts up 30, we're talking the Jets have to put up 60.
I guess. I think they can score 17 points against Buffalo. I do.
They did in the first game.
They did. But I'm just saying I love this in division, at home, 2 touchdown spread. That's hard for me to pass up, even though I think the Jets are they are a generationally bad football team.
Mm-hmm. Awful.
It's hard for me to see this team going over on the ATS. They're going to have to win at some point.
At some point, sure, but if we do that, if we bet every single week the Jets, just because they're going to have to win, we'll end up going like 3-10 over the last 13 or whatever it is.
Well, you see, the reason it's different here for me is because they're at home and because it's divisional. I'm not going to be throwing this bet out there every single week against teams that
Are going to go.
are on the road and clearly going to cover.
Mhm.
I like it here because of how difficult these AFC East matchups can be. Even you see the Patriots, great Patriots teams, go into East Rutherford every single year and have a tough time.
Mhm.
Not as of late, obviously, but 4 or 5 years in the past
No, he's
against
right.
mediocre Jets teams, go in there and have a really hard time pulling the win out. And I think that's just the case for most AFC East matchups. I think that Buffalo is a good football team, don't get me wrong. Coming off 2 losses, probably going to be pretty motivated here, but their wins really don't stand out to me all that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Jets have something to prove, especially with their quarterback coming back. I know they're trying to tank, but yeah, please give me the Jets here.
You can take the Jets and you can have them. My last pick of the week is the Bucks -3, off the board in most places, but -3. I got it yesterday. I love the Bucks, and not even because it's the Bucks, not even because they're going to Las Vegas, and I think Tom will play well in Las Vegas, but because the Raiders' entire offensive line is currently in quarantine because Trent Brown got coronavirus, and the offensive line was close to him. So I don't know who's going to play. I don't know who's not going to play. Actually, I do know who's not going to play. Trent Brown's not going to play.
I know
but
who's not going to want to play. Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is not going to want to play if his entire offensive line is out against Shaq Barrett.
Get Marcus out there.
Shaq Barrett.
Get Marcus out there. I'm
No
not even.
Dominican Sue.
I'm not even risking Derek Carr. Get Marcus.
Forget
out there.
Marcus. Get Nate Peterman out there.
Agreed.
Get
we know
Nate
how much
Peterman
John.
out there.
We know how much
Mhm.
John Gruden loves Nate Peterman.
Slam. Bucks -3 if you can still get it at that mark.
And last thought for me here too is I also, without a lot of analysis, like I said, I really love the Bears. I also really don't like LA. I like them here in that Monday night matchup to cover the +7. I think they win the game on Monday night, but I also like them +7.
Yeah. I agree with you. Couldn't agree more. I got them +6. You got them +7. I'm gonna have to get on that for the better lines.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know why these are so much better.
I don't know. I love it though.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That is gonna do it for us this week. Like I said, follow us on Twitter at LineItUp4. We will post this video. Follow our SoundCloud if you're just looking for the audio, also at LineItUp4. And we will be back next week with more college football picks, NFL picks, all the picks, everything.
Perfect.
Yeah. Who's your World Series pick? How about that? Who do you got? Tied 1-1.
Give me the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are going to take it too. I'm sorry, Rays. I love the Rays. I want the Rays to win, I think. But I'm taking Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, and the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw for World Series MVP.
All right, remember, guys, be out there, be safe. You know, if you ever feel like you need a problem or you need help, 1-800-GAMBLER. They're always there for you.
Get out of here.
See you
Bye,
guys next
everybody.
week.